my lovelies, welcome to Tarot by Pabi. This is my first ever YouTube tarot video, so thank you so much for coming and visiting my reading today. To celebrate the start of my YouTube channel, I am actually running a competition. For my first 100 subscribers, you will be entered into a competition to win one of 3 personalised hour-long readings by me. So if you are interested in that, check out the description, leave a comment on this video, and you will be automatically entered into the prize draw. And I will be running that competition once I've hit 100 subscribers. So get commenting, get subscribing, and you could win one of 3 hour-long readings with me, which is very exciting. I hope you think so too. But today's reading, so this is a general reading, and this is my first reading on YouTube. Got 3 beautiful crystals here. I've got Apatite, Lepidolite, and Malachite for you. So for today's reading, I'd love for you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and then when you open your eyes, immediately, which crystal are you drawn to? I find this is the best way to pick a crystal, because if you're staring at them too long, your rational brain takes over. Our brains take over and we're not channeling spirit as well. So maybe do this a few times and take a few deep breaths, but the immediate crystal you're drawn to is probably the reading for you. Please remember that readings on YouTube are general, so they might not resonate with you, and that is perfectly okay. We have a wonderful community of tarot readers on YouTube, so if my readings don't resonate, I'm sure there will be one out there that does. Also, tarot is just for advice. Tarot doesn't predict your future. You still have choice. All we do as tarot readers is try and offer you some guidance and advice, but you do not have to listen to it, okay? It's really important to know that you still have personal choice. Okay, lots of waffling at the beginning of this video from me. I'm really excited to see you at your pick a card reading. Check out the timestamps below, and I'll see you there. Hello, Apatite group. I'm really, really pleased that you've chosen to watch this reading today. Apatite's a bit of an unusual stone. I haven't seen it that often, but it's a lovely dark blue colour. It looks very sort of deep sea. And if you're drawn to this crystal from this reading, you might actually be drawn to it in real life. So maybe consider going to a crystal shop and getting yourself a piece, because it's always nice to have extra crystals in our lives, isn't it? Okay, so for your reading, I'm going to pull 3 tarot cards to start with, and this is the Sharman-Caselli deck. This is my absolute favourite deck, and I couldn't use any other for my first reading. So here we go. Right, you have the Queen of Cups in reverse, you have the 8 of Cups, and you have the Moon. Oh, are you okay, hun? This is the immediate vibe I get from this, that this is, yeah, there's some real sadness and turmoil going on. There's a real sort of exploring yourself going on from these 3 cards. It's quite tiring. It feels like you've been doing some real thinking. Yeah, the Queen of Cups in this position and reversed indicates that you've got some sort of an emotional blockage. There is something that is stopping you from being connected with your emotions. There's something that's stopping you from being at peace, actually. And from the 8 of Cups, it could be that you've had to walk away from something, but I'm getting a really strong message that someone else has walked away from you. You've lost someone or something, or maybe a part of yourself, which is stopping you embodying this really stunningly beautiful energy that the Queen of Cups has. I really feel like this Queen of Cups is you, and it makes me want to give you a really big hug, to be honest. The Moon, yeah, again, the Moon is quite the sort of journey of the soul, really. It's kind of peaceful, but it's a bit sad and a bit reflective. At nighttime, we are usually we're asleep. If you ever are out at nighttime, the world can look completely different, and I feel like there's been a huge change in your perspective and your emotions actually recently. Someone or something has left. There's a real sense of loss. There is this sense of loss and sadness, deep sadness. And I feel it in my solar plexus chakra, which isn't somewhere I would normally think rationally think that your emotions and loss would sit, but I feel like somebody who's watching this has got some sort of knot in their stomach or gastric issues, or you've been through some stress and some sadness and it's affecting your stomach, and also your sense of self. There's a real sense of loss. You could have lost yourself. There's something's happened. Yeah, sweetheart, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm going to pull some more cards and see if we can figure out what this is and how we can help you, how this reading can help you today. Okay, so you've got the Knight of Cups, the Five of Swords, and the Chariot. Okay, so this could be, obviously this is a general reading, and I think I'm getting messages for a number of people actually. But the first one is that the Knight of Cups was you, and you were sort of had this quite youthful, joyous energy, but you were moving forward, not very fast, but you were kind of moving forward a little bit. You were moving forward, things were okay, you were quite stable in your emotions and excited about something, and then something happened which is blocking you from kind of emotional change. I feel like you're going in a real transitionary period. Someone watching this, maybe several people, have had actually quite an event. Something's happened which has been quite hurtful and has really, it could be lost, but it's really changed your perspective and it's really caused you to do some really deep emotional, maybe spiritual work. And the Five of Swords indicates that either there's somebody who's bragging and it's made you walk away from them. You've walked away from someone or someone's walked away from you, and it's because of someone else's success. It's a really strange message. I don't really understand it, but I'm sure this will resonate with someone who is watching, that there's been this sense of, it's not theft, but it's somebody else has got something you wanted, or you've got something somebody else has wanted and they've walked away from you. There's a real sense of a person leaving, and it could be you, it could be someone else, due to this event. It kind of almost feels like jealousy. Yeah, it feels like jealousy. I feel like someone walked away from you because they were jealous, or you're having challenges with somebody because they're jealous. And you're not feeling validated enough. You're really not feeling... Yeah, you're not feeling like you've been sort of supported or validated for your accomplishments. Or it could be the reverse. There's a real loneliness, actually, that something's happened that's made you lonely. And you maybe wish someone was here who isn't anymore to share it with you. It could actually be a loved one that's passed, that something awesome has happened to you and you're not able to celebrate it with them. Oh, I feel quite choked up, actually. Oh, sweetheart. Yeah, there's such a tremendous loss, actually, in this. But I think, I'm not sure if it's recent, but it's been quite profound, and it's still playing on your mind, and you're still going through this journey of figuring it out. And when we do lose someone, it doesn't necessarily have to be death, but when we do lose someone, it does transform us. But we go through quite a period of reflection, and it challenges our emotions and our inner world. And this is what's happening for you right now. You're going through this real inner world exploration. The good news is, though, the Chariot is over the top of the moon, which is, I get this. I'm not going to clap because it'll be too loud for you in the mic, I think. But honestly, I get this urge of like someone going, "Come on, right? You're done wallowing now. Come on, get up. Life is moving. You're moving with it." I feel like you're being dragged out of this, out of a bit of, not necessarily, it could be a pity party, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like someone is saying, right, you've wallowed enough, you've grieved enough, you've been sad for long enough now. Come on. And it's really strong, this energy. It's like, yeah, it's like a teacher, I feel. Like, do you remember teachers at school who were kind of, you had those really bossy teachers who would be like, come on, we've got to do this, you've got to do this. It feels a bit like that. But I think it could just be the universe as well. It might not necessarily be a person pulling you out of this, but I feel like you might be getting lots of signs of speed and, you might be being forced to come out of your darkness. You're being forced to transform into this. You're being forced to transform into this Queen of Cups character. And maybe you don't want to. There's a bit of resistance. It's happening a bit too quickly for your liking. You wish it could be slower. But the message that's coming through is life will change with or without you wanting it to. So you might as well grab life by the reins and go with it. And I like the Chariot is also the sign of Cancer. And there's something about the Chariot that's really like fun and kind of you're being swept up in life again. So this is actually, although it's incredible, there's a lot of sadness in the beginning of this reading. It's actually very happy. The end of this is very sort of, things are changing for the better. You're going to be okay. But it might feel a bit brutal, like getting you on the Chariot. You're literally being dragged along in life to something new, to something different. Ooh. Yeah, the Knight of Cups could be another person as well. They could be the person doing the dragging, but I do feel like this is you. I think the Knight of Cups on top of a reversed Queen of Cups is you and is about your inner journey to kind of emotional maturity, I guess. So whatever you've been through that's been incredibly sad and very hurtful is really helping you mature in your emotions, and you are going to come out of this, I promise. And it will be quite fun and quite speedy, and things will start. You are going to start living again. Oh, I'm going to pull a crystal card for you, and they usually have sort of messages of advice for you to do now. So let's see what they say. So you've got Pink Opal. Be kind to yourself. Oh, hun, like oh, bless you. Gosh. Yeah, I think maybe you're being very brutal to yourself, and this is giving me another message quite strongly that actually the person that's walked away is you and you're regretting it. There could be some regret and sadness, and maybe it's you're feeling regret about something in your past. It doesn't necessarily have to be happening now. It could be that you're really thinking about you're just in a bit of a thoughtful place at the moment, and you're remembering something that, or someone that walked away from you, or validation you didn't have. Like there's a real sense of kind of rumination maybe. But this Pink Opal is saying you just have to be really kind and compassionate to yourself. Maybe the way you're framing in your head you walking away is not actually how it happened. Maybe you have been getting validation, but you just can't see it. Maybe you're just being a bit mean to yourself. I feel like there could be something that happened, but you are really fixated on the negativity of this. And yeah, be kind to yourself, darling. Oh, like it'll be all right. It really will. You've just got to give yourself a break. Yeah, give yourself a break, my darling. It will be, I promise it will be okay. You've got the Chariot, which is a major arcana card on top of the moon, and it really is like things are going to get moving. There is so much positivity coming your way. I'm going to pull an oracle card as well and see if we can get a little bit more clarity on what actually is coming your way from the Chariot. Well, let's see. Okay, so you've got your life is a canvas. Wow. Art, manifestation, and creative accountability. Wow. So this is law of attraction through and through, and this seems to come up quite a lot in readings at the moment. But also there's a real sense of creativity, and the Chariot is saying, come on, you've got to move on with your life. Life is moving on without you. And because you've done all this hard inner work, you've been through this really dark period, you can kind of now choose what you want. And it's very artistic, it's very creative. I keep thinking about hobbies, actually. I keep thinking about painting, and I keep thinking about when it says art, I don't think about art on a wall. I'm actually thinking about decorating, which is that's a message I'm getting. If you're decorating, this message might be for you, or if you want to redecorate, this message is a sign that do it. I think it will really help lift you out of your funk, really. But I think what else is important here with the law of attraction, and that's coming through quite strongly, is that if you're in a negative mindset and you're fixated on things in the past, or if you're going through a hardship, you can sometimes attract more of the hardship. That is the real sucky bit of law of attraction, is that if you're in a negative mindset, you get more of that, or you pay attention to more of it. So I think what this is saying is you've got to be kind to yourself, and you've got to change your frame of thinking to something that is sort of more creative. Maybe you've just got to be a bit creative about thinking about what you want and thinking about what your life could be. Otherwise, you are going to get dragged along by the chariot behind it, whereas actually you want to be in it. Does that make sense? You want to be holding the reins of the horses. You don't want to be being dragged willy-nilly. And to do that, you've got to make choices and be creative. It feels like that's sort of saying maybe think outside the box about how you're going to heal yourself and what you want for your life. There is something very creative in that message for you. Oh, I feel I can feel it in my body. I feel sort of a sense of tearfulness in this reading, and I just want to let you know that it is going to be okay. Life will get better, and things that hurt us, and we go through some really dark times. I know I have, but actually they can be the change, like the pivotal points of change in our lives. They can be the things we look back on and go, wow, it was then I went through this really rubbish time, but actually that's when everything changed for me. That's when I changed my mindset. That's when I had a revelation. And I get this feeling of creative revelation. And with the chariot things, this is, although it seems really dark right now, it is gonna be such a pivotal part of your life. I think I'm going to leave it there, Apatite group. If this has resonated, please comment. I'm going to try and respond to all the comments, and I'd love to know what you think, or equally if there's anything else you want me to do readings on, let me know. Also subscribe if this resonated, and you'll get notified when I post another video. But I hope you have someone you can hug, or something you can hug right now. Maybe it's a pillow, but just be kind to yourself. Hug that pillow, hug that dog, hug that person, and take care, Apatite group. Lots of love. Hello, Lepidolite group. Really, really happy to see you here. So I'm going to go straight in and pull 3 cards for you, and they're tarot cards. They're from the Sharman-Caselli deck. And this deck is my absolute favourite, and I couldn't think of any other deck to use in my first reading. So here we go. Okay, you've got the 8 of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the 7 of Swords. So that page immediately is you. There is no doubt in my mind that this is not you. And you're a bit focused on something. You're a bit focused on something negative. You're very, very focused on either. No, I don't want to say stealing something. That's the wrong word. But you're focused on someone else betraying you, or being a bit sneaky, or maybe you're thinking about being a bit sneaky. There's something going on here which your focus is almost entirely on this other person who is being sneaky, or you're entirely focused on whether you should be sneaky or not, whether there's something to do with betrayal. There's a real sense of anger, actually, from this Page of Swords. Like, I feel like you want to lash out at someone for like a perceived or real like slight. Someone's hurt you, someone's done something negative to you, and you really want to lash out, and you're focused almost entirely on that. It may not actually be a person, but it's just there could be something in your life which you're just really, I feel like you're really off, to be honest, about something that's happened. It could be actually be in your past, or it could be happening now, but I just see this Page of Swords. It's a very, very busy card, but it's also quite childlike, so you kind of want to lash out at someone. You're feeling a bit angry at someone, or something in your past. It could be like society. If you're being really like a real activist at the moment, this is a sign that it might be draining you a little bit. You'll feel it's gone it's gone to a point of you really being negatively affecting you and making you quite angry. And then the Eight of Wands, you are working your ass off and you're ignoring it. And there's so much going on positively. You've got so many wands in the air. You're succeeding. Everything you've been working towards is kind of becoming true, but you're ignoring it, or you're maybe thinking you don't deserve it because of this thing you did in your past, or because you think you're not a good person, or because of this other person you're really distracted and you're not focused on the good things. But there is a real sense of not believing, ignoring your achievements, and there's some anger here to something, to society, to another part of yourself. You could have done something and you just really feel rubbish about it. I do feel very angry. It's very throat chakra. It makes me wonder if you want to like shout at someone. I like want to go is kind of what I'm getting. So I'm going to pull another 3 cards for you and let's see if we can get some clarity. So you have the King of Cups, the King of Wands, and the 9 of Wands. Wow. Okay, so you are not right. I get this. So this Page of Wands energy is kind of youthful anger, lashing out, feeling hard done by or regret. There's a very sort of not emotionally stable energy here, but actually deep down that isn't who you are. So this isn't aligned with your true self, and you know this. I think maybe it could be that you feel angry that you're not being taken seriously. There just could be a little bit of rage that nobody's seeing you as who you are. They're seeing you for your past misdeeds. But you are the King of Wands, right? So this is you're fun, you're fiery, but you're also really stable at your core. This is the kind of root of you is this fun, fiery, passionate, spiritual character, but it's actually being sort of overshadowed by this immaturity and this lashing out energy. And I said the Page of Swords was you, but that actually could be someone else who is taking up a lot of your time at the moment, and you're having to really be the grounding them and bringing them back to sort of the fun person they are, and reminding them that no, it's not all bad, like trying to stop them fixating. Or this could be a conversation your inner self is having. Like there's a little bit of struggle there. And then the King of Cups, you've got both kings. One is the King of Cups is of a sort of emotional, grounded, emotional maturity, and the King of Wands is like a spiritual, passionate maturity. You have both, which I feel like there's a real inner king in you trying to get out, but you're really struggling with this perceived slight or this hurt. There's something, you've been hurt, and these kings are trying to get out. And I think, like, you're kind of ignoring your achievements in the Eight of Wands, and you're ignoring what you've built and everything that's going on around you. You're quite busy, but you're also ignoring an almost deeper self you're not aware of, and that is your amazing emotional maturity. You really are a very grounded, emotional person. Normally, I would say these court cards, the kings especially, could be other people, but I don't think they are. I think they're you. But they could, if it's resonating, that they could be other people. So you've got this sort of masculine energy of this person of like fun and passion and a really vibrant spirit, and then somebody who's just really emotionally grounded and a really kind, compassionate figure. Then go with that. That is the right message for you. But what I'm getting is this is the side of yourself you're ignoring, and you are. It's not that you can learn to be, it's that you are these kings, your inner kings, and you need to find them. You need to find that inner solid king energy, and you're focused on this light too much, and it's quite detrimental to you. So, and the Nine of Wands as well, the fact you've got the 8 and the 9 together is you've been working so hard so hard, and your achievements you're so nearly there, but you're putting up barriers. I think you're kind of feeling a bit battle worn. You're a bit knackered actually from this hurt, this perceived slight, or from you hurting someone else. You're just a bit worn out by it, and you're also there's some real walls, spiritual and emotional walls here. You're not letting anyone in to help you, and I think the message is you need to reconnect with your masculine, calm energy, because that is who you really are. Such strong messages of reconnecting. And this is very random, but I'm getting a message about go-karts. So if you have anything about go-karts related to this, or karting or cars or Formula One also is coming out. If there's any of sort of motor racing stuff resonates, then this reading is for you, and you should be paying attention probably. But yeah, I think this is try and find your inner passion and your inner emotional maturity in this situation, and focus less on personal hurts and slights and things that are sort of in your past or just really making you annoyed, and focus more on what you've built. But at the same time, there's also a message here of you've been through something, and there is the potential for you to put up a lot of walls about this and not let people in and not take chances and not do things in the future because of this hurt. And this message is saying, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please be emotionally mature. Please be warm and passionate and loving and mature about this. Please don't put the walls up, because you'll miss out on stuff. So this is a kind of hug from spirit saying, you're awesome. Please don't feel you need to protect yourself. This isn't always going to happen. You're not always going to do this. This person isn't always going to do this. Life is not always going to do this to you. Put the walls down. Really strongly. Put the walls down. And it's that voice as well. It's like very, very deep and very calm. And like, what are you doing? is the vibe I have. Right, I don't normally do voices, so bit of an insight into my heart there for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to pull a crystal card, which I like to use for advice. So this is going to tell you what to do about this situation and kind of the messages like spirit has for you, really. Okay, so you have Phantom Quartz, embrace change. Exactly. I think there is definitely a lot going on in your life with all this one's energy. It's very busy, very passionate, and it can be overwhelming. And I think maybe you're fixating on things in your past. You're fixating on this Seven of Swords event, this thing that happened, as a way of coping with your busyness and change. Maybe you're not dealing with the changes that are happening or going to happen. So I think this is saying change is good. Don't fear change. You are inside. You are a king. You can cope with this. Yeah, I think this is a really lovely message. It's a bit of a scattered, angry energy, but actually, this message is embrace change. It'll all be okay. Please don't put the walls up. Like, calm down. Yeah, I'm gonna see what the Starseed Oracle deck has to say, because they also can give some really interesting advice for you. Oh, so you have the Cosmic Heart, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. Oh dear, this is reconnect with your heart chakra for sure. This is on top of the King of Cups. This is about emotions and healing your heart. Absolutely. I think it's really interesting to have the phrase devotion in this reading, because I feel like you've been very devoted to fixating on this thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I see this as a warning of if you devote yourself to the wrong things, you're going to get more of the wrong things. And make your life a moving prayer is, it's quite profound. It's kind of saying you really need to take some time to reflect and get back in touch with your spiritual self, but also maybe the law of attraction. This keeps coming up in these readings, actually. But I feel like this is more about rituals. So when people pray, they have a lot of different rituals. So if you are religious, maybe you need to integrate prayer into your life a little bit. But maybe if you think about the images we have of prayer, it's people praying at a routine time. It's before dinner, it's before bedtime. And this is saying that your life needs to integrate these sorts of spiritual practices to reconnect with yourself. And this is screaming at me. You need to reconnect with these inner king energies, with this masculine energy, with this peace, with this compassion, with warmth. It's fun as well, actually. It's kind of by having fun, by living with passion, by being warm, by being emotionally connected, by not being afraid of feeling things, your life becomes really beautiful. And by living your life in this way, it can be sort of a prayer to the universe to say thank you. And that's a big thing I'm getting is gratitude. You need to really embrace the practice of gratitude. And maybe look up some books like by Rhonda Byrne. The Power is all about gratitude, and The Magic is like a journal book about how to manifest the law of attraction, but it's also about gratitude as well. And I really suggest you have a look at those to try and shift yourself into a place of prayer, gratitude, thinking about what you want, and being very grateful for what you have, rather than fixating on just the one thing and maybe wanting to lash out. Yeah, I think you are a lovely person. There's this really lovely, fun energy I'm connecting to, and I really like it. I think we'd get on quite well. Whoever this is, whoever's watching this and really resonates for, we're quite similar. That sort of fiery energy. But with an emotional tinge on it. And yeah, please embrace the change that's happening, and make your life a moving prayer is really, really key. I hope this has resonated with some of you. If it hasn't, that's okay. Check out another reading in this video, but also on YouTube. And I'd really appreciate it if you could comment. I really want to hear what you think, and I'll try and reply to every comment. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day. Hello, lovely Malachite group. Really, really happy to see you here. Thank you so much for checking out this general reading. I'm going to go straight in, and I'm going to pull 3 tarot cards for you. And these come from the Sharman-Caselli deck, which is my absolute favourite tarot card deck, and I couldn't think of a better deck to start off my YouTube channel with. So I hope you enjoy this reading, and I'm going to get straight to it. Okay, so you have Death, the 5 of Wands in reverse, and the 9 of Pentacles. Wowzers. You are going through some change. Death, especially in that position, is the card of transformation. Now, I always say this, if you're a seasoned tarot card reader, but even if you're seasoned watching these videos a lot, you'll know that death does not mean death. But for those of you who aren't, death does not mean death at all. It means transformation. And it's a real sort of message of change, and something brand new is coming into your life, but it might have been quite difficult getting to this point. This is kind of the calm after the storm. This is real life-changing transformation. You've also got the 5 of Wands in reverse, and the 5 of Wands is a real energy of conflict and battling. It's not necessarily bad, but it's like balanced conflict. But in reverse, I feel like this is conflict is over. That you're done. Like whatever you've been battling is over. And it's a lovely message to be able to pass on, to be honest. This is very positive. That you're going through a real sense of transformation because you've had this level of conflict and this real struggle. And now the 9 of Pentacles is beautiful because this is you stood in your garden and looking at what you've created. And this is a very material thing. So it could be that this transformation and conflict has led to a real level of success in the material world. It could be money, it could be that you've just bought a house, it could be a new car, it could be new friends, it could be parties, it could be, there's just a real sense of like opulence and wealth. And wealth, as I always say, is not necessarily money. Wealth can be things like family, connection, happiness. It's just things that bring you joy in the material world. You've got. And the Nine of Pentacles implies that this is a very individual journey for you. So you've built this yourself. You've done this conflict on your own. I feel this is quite a sort of, I'm being interrupted by this message of be proud of yourself. And it feels quite stern. So be proud of yourself, damn it, is kind of the vibe I'm getting, that maybe you're not acknowledging just how much you've achieved and how awesome you are. Like, you are awesome. Like, to go through what you've been through, to go through how much transformation you've been through, and to come out the other side not only unscathed, but with this beautiful, and I'm going to say vineyard because that's what's sticking in my head from this card, but you've got this vineyard, you've got all of this wealth, you've got abundance, you've got opulence around you. I mean, you're pretty successful, and as a result of this transformation, you're a person, or this could be about someone else, but I think it's you. You're a person who, when they are faced with difficulty, you go, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to show you. You kind of use conflict and challenge and maybe people not believing in you as a fuel for you to show them. I really like this. This is lovely. I'm smiling a lot. There's a real sense of joy in this. And I'm not sure if, I feel like it could be several people, is watching this reading when they're still in that Five of Wands conflict and they haven't got the depth level of transformation. They haven't got the Nine of Pentacles yet. And this message is saying, you stick at it. You're transforming and you are awesome. Like, this is a real pat on the back. But also appreciate how awesome you are. Like, I think this really is a message of look in the mirror and really take a step back and look at your life and look at how much you've achieved on your own. And this is, so the Ten of Pentacles is like collective wealth. It's like happy family wealth. It's like wealth coming from other people as well as you. It's a like collective feeling. Whereas the Nine of Pentacles is like, you are a badass, you've done this on your own. This could be a sign of sort of entrepreneurship, and maybe you've had to completely change direction in your career, or love life. It could be that you had quite a horrible previous relationship or some hurt, you had to take a quite difficult decision, and it really transformed you, but now you are thriving either on your own and you don't need love, or you feel like you don't need love. And I have this message coming through that's like, if love is resonating for you, when you are not looking for love and you're fine on your own is when you find the best people, and it's when love happens for you. And it's the worst. It's that bit of advice people always say, when you're not looking, you'll find it. And it's incredibly frustrating when you are desperate or even just really wanting someone in your life. But it's true. And a lot of us, in my friendship group at least, know this to be true. But you're either going through this conflict yourself with love or work, and it's difficult, and you're like, when is this going to happen for me? Why am I doing this? And this is a sign of, no, don't stop. Keep going. You are so nearly there. And then not only are you nearly there, it's going to be less difficult. It's going to be awesome. Whatever is happening is going to be awesome in your life. And I'm going to pull a few more cards to clarify this. Let's see what they say. Again, not that I think you really need it, because you're awesome and you should probably stop the video here and just take the message of you are awesome, don't stop. Like, you're going to kick home. But I'll pull some anyway. Let's see. Okay, so you've got the Three of Wands in reverse. Yep. And then the Six of Wands. Oh, and then Temperance. Oh, right. So this transformation, you gave up something. or you feel like you've given up something and you didn't get very much credit for something. The Three of Wands upright is normally that part in a project when you stop and you look at what you've achieved and you go, whew, okay, oh yeah, I've done quite a good job. Wow, look how much we've succeeded. But this is in the reverse position, which indicates that actually you're either not able to see the transformation that you're going through. This is the message of I'm getting this. Look in a mirror, look in a mirror, and look in a mirror. And it could be literally, but I don't think it's literally. It's you need to really look at what's changed and how much you have done. And this kind of really cements that you're not seeing your progress, or you're not seeing this transformation that's coming out of the Death card. And you should be, and you're probably feeling a bit frustrated by it. And it's the same with the conflict. I feel like this could be where you are now, and you really need to sort of take a step back and go, wow, I am amazing. Because you are. I keep saying this, you're amazing. Yeah, you're amazing, you're amazing, you're amazing, you're amazing. I just want to shout it at you. And this, I feel like this message is for someone or people who really need to hear this right now. Like, you are awesome, and also not just you are enough, like you are more than enough. Look how much you're kicking ass. And look at the Six of Wands. Like the Six of Wands, again, this is really weird to have the 3, the 5 and the 6, because I shuffle these cards so much, I use them a lot, and to have them all coming out together is like, it really is a kind of journey you've been on. And the Six of Wands is telling you the validation is coming. People are going to notice, and they are going to be in awe of you. If there is something new that's happening in your life, be it a new relationship or a new job or a new opportunity, you could be starting a business. There's just a sense of starting something new, but you're not seeing results yet. This is saying keep going, keep going, keep going, because you are gonna absolutely shine. People are gonna notice, and you're gonna feel the validation that you've been craving. You're gonna see, I feel quite emotional, you are gonna see it all pay off. You've worked so hard and you're there, you're nearly there, it is happening for you. And then Temperance is kind of a message of, it's keep going, but it's saying, but it's very peaceful, it's very angelic, you might have some angel influence, but also Temperance is saying, okay, we need a reset, we need balance now. I do feel like this could be career, or it feels quite material. It feels like this is very real in the real world. So it's like a job, it's an opportunity, it's entrepreneurship, it's a relationship, it's something that's real. It isn't a spiritual or inner journey. This is an actual real life transformation, change, something's happened. But Temperance is now asking you, or giving you the message, okay, you don't have to hustle as hard. Like, you've given up a lot of yourself, but you might have also be a bit out of balance, and this is saying you have got enough. I think vineyard reference again, you've got enough grapes, you've got enough now, you don't have to hustle as hard, you can kind of take a step back, get a bit more balance, because you're sorted. You have such a wonderful base, and also you not only have the material world wealth, earth energy of success. So you not only have the money, you not only have the security, you not only have the stability that comes with the Nine of Pentacles, you also have the external validation, which makes me think this could be like I'm feeling West End, and if you're in America, Broadway. I'm feeling like showing, it feels very performance, TV, YouTube, social media. You're trying to be an influencer, because if you are, it's working. Like, there is that level, but I think there is an energy from Temperance that's kind of not a warning, but it's saying, right, okay, please don't get too sucked into this, because you are going to be out of balance. And when we get out of balance, that's where the trouble happens. And you've been through a lot, so I think you maybe feel like you have to graft extra hard. You have to really like fight hard for this success. But Temperance is saying it's not, you don't have to anymore. Like, it's okay. Find balance. Do things that aren't for a purpose, that aren't for money. You don't have to make money out of things. It doesn't have to be part of your career plan. You don't always have to be looking for a relationship or working on a relationship. You can just chill a bit. and do things for fun. So like I just have this image of somebody like doing a hobby. I'm not sure what the hobby is. Doing a hobby, but like obsessively. And people, if this is very specific, but people say to you, you throw yourself into everything. Can you not just like do something half-assed and for once, because you're always putting so much into everything. And this is a sign of bit more balance, please, but well done. I want to clap you. Well done. This has been amazing. You are cracking it. You're on the right path. Keep going, keep going, keep going. I'm going to pull a crystal card, which I find they tend to give some really good advice for you. So let's see what we get. Okay. This is kind of exactly what I was saying. Fluorite, find peace within. Yeah, this has been very in the real world. So this is a kind of chill card. This is, you've been looking for validation externally. You've been looking for real life signs of success and material world stuff. That actually, I think it's now time to kind of find that peace within yourself and look inward. Because actually with all these things, with all these real life things like money or love in particular, they're the two that are coming into my head, that we always want more. There's always the next step, the next thing, and you end up on this sort of ladder of success or ladder of life achievements without ever looking at what is actually making you happy. And I think this is saying, take a break and reevaluate what makes you happy. Because you've been really successful, but make sure it's actually what you want. And sometimes we do just have to chill. And this is a very like, whoa, slow down, go on holiday, take a vacation, please. Go to a spa, go to a beach, but like, don't like this. Oh gosh, this message is really strong. Go on vacation, but don't do anything on vacation. I feel like there's somebody watching this who is that person who'll be like, I'll go on vacation, but I can also network, or I can also like learn how to windsurf, or I'm now like a dive master. But like just chill, just stop, and find slowness again. Slowness is so key, because I think you're going through such a huge transformation and you've been hustling really hard, and you're going to get that validation, and it's okay to find a bit more balance. And also with fluorite and find peace within, I kind of get this message of it is reevaluation and it's choices, and I feel like if you don't take this break, you're going to end up, life is going to just take you away, and you're going to continue on this path, and you might end up losing out in the future. So if you just need to take stock and chill and relax and take a rest, and it feels quite sort of urgent that you chill and take some time for yourself. And however you find peace, that's okay. But I think please don't try and hustle while you're finding peace. Like, stop the hustling for now. Like, you're doing okay. You're fine. Like, awesome job. It's time for balance. It's time for rest. I'm going to pull a final card for you, which is the Starseed Oracle, and see what that has to say. But this has been a really lovely one. Well done, you guys. Like, wow. So the Starseed Oracle is portal. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards. Wild card. Right. Combined with this reading, this is... You've succeeded so much, you can almost do anything now. Like, you're on the path to be able to do anything. You have to decide what it is you do, and you will be rewarded for it. But it's a wild card. I love that phrase on this card, because you have to pick the right door for you. And in this reading, normally it's very law of attraction. It's very like, you can do it, go after your goals, hustle. But in this reading, it's be careful what you decide to do. make sure it's aligned with how you want your future to look. Do you always want to be hustling? Do you always want to be working hard at relationships? Do you always want to be doing this thing and living a life like this? Because if you do, great, go for it, because the doors are open, man. But if you don't, take some time to figure out what it is you actually do like in your life at the moment and what you're going to focus on, and kind of stop focusing on everything. Find some peace, figure out what you want, and please take a vacation. Beaches, sea, go and relax, go and find a spa. Mexico is in my head, if anybody's thinking about Mexico. And it's weird, I've never been to Mexico, but it's in my head. Yeah, snorkeling, scuba diving, tropical beaches, that is what you need right now. And you can probably afford it if you've been hustling this hard, time and financially. But thank you so much for joining me here today, Malachite group. If you liked this reading, please comment. I really like to hear from you, but also if there's anything you think you might want to hear, comment down below. And yeah, enjoy your chilled time. You deserve it. You've done an awesome job. Congratulations. Have a wonderful rest of the day, of the week, wherever you are. Yeah, bye-bye.